If you rely on Social Security benefits to pay your bills, buy groceries, cover your medication, or simply keep the lights on, then what you are about to hear in the next few minutes could be the most important financial update you receive this entire month, because millions of Americans woke up recently confused, concerned, and flat out worried after seeing headlines suggesting that Social Security payment dates are shifting in March. And if you do not know exactly what is happening and when your money is coming, you could end up short on cash at the worst possible time. If this kind of information helps you stay on top of your finances, make sure you subscribe to this channel right now so you never miss a critical update like this one. So let us get straight into it. Every single year, the Social Security Administration follows a structured payment schedule that is tied directly to your date of birth and the type of benefits you receive. Most people know the basics, but what catches people off guard every single year is what happens in months when certain dates fall on weekends or federal holidays. Because when that happens, the SSA adjusts the payment dates, and those adjustments can create real confusion if you are not prepared. March 2026 is one of those months where timing shifts are happening, and understanding exactly what those shifts mean for your wallet is absolutely critical. Let us start from the very beginning so everyone watching this, whether you are brand new to receiving Social Security or you have been on it for decades, fully understands how the payment system actually works. The Social Security Administration does not simply send every beneficiary their payment on the same day of the month. Instead, they have broken up the payment schedule into groups, and which group you fall into depends entirely on your birthday. Not your birth year, not your age, but specifically the day of the month on which you were born. This is a system that has been in place for years, and once you understand it, tracking your payment dates becomes much easier. If you were born between the 1st and the 10th of any month, the Social Security Administration sends your retirement, disability, or survivor benefit payment on the second Wednesday of each month. If you were born between the 11th and the 20th of any month, your payment arrives on the third Wednesday of each month. And if you were born between the 21st and the 31st of any month, your payment is scheduled for the fourth Wednesday of each month. That three-tier system applies to the majority of Social Security beneficiaries who began receiving their benefits after May 1997. However, there is an important group of people that operates on a completely different schedule entirely, and if you fall into that category, you need to pay close attention. If you began receiving Social Security benefits before May 1997, or if you receive both Social Security and Supplemental Security Income, also known as SSI, simultaneously, then your payment schedule is different. People in this group receive their Social Security benefit on the 3rd of every month, regardless of their birthday. This is a long-standing rule that many longtime beneficiaries are fully aware of, but it catches newer recipients off guard when they hear about it for the first time. So, if you started collecting before May 1997, your March payment date is going to look different from what your neighbor, family member, or friend might receive if they started collecting benefits more recently. Now, here is where March 2026 gets particularly important for a very specific group of beneficiaries, and this is the part that has been creating the most buzz and confusion online. SSI, or Supplemental Security Income, is normally paid on the 1st of every month. That is the standard rule. But here is the catch that trips people up every single time it happens. When the 1st of the month falls on a weekend or a federal holiday, the SSA does not simply wait until the next business day to process your payment. Instead, they actually pay you early, moving the payment to the last business day before the 1st of the month. March 1st, 2026 falls on a Sunday. Because of that, SSI recipients did not receive their March payment on March 1st. They actually received their March SSI payment on Friday, February 27th, 2026. That is right, the money that counts as your March SSI payment was deposited into accounts or mailed out in late February. This is not an error, it is not a delay, and it is not money being taken away from you. It is simply the SSA getting ahead of the calendar to make sure you have your funds available without interruption. This particular quirk of the SSI schedule causes a significant amount of panic every single year among beneficiaries who check their accounts at the start of March and do not see a new deposit come in. They assume something went wrong, they call the SSA hotline, they worry that their benefits have been cut or paused, and in reality, they simply received their March payment a few days early and did not realize it. So if you are an SSI recipient and you are watching this video right now, wondering where your March payment is, go back and check your bank account or your Direct Express card balance from around February 27th. That deposit you see from that date is your March payment. You are not owed an additional payment until April 1st, 2026, which falls on a Wednesday, meaning that payment will arrive right on schedule. For everyone else receiving standard Social Security retirement benefits, disability benefits, or survivor benefits who started collecting after May 1997, here is the complete March 2026 payment schedule broken down by birth date group. If your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th of any month, your March 2026 Social Security payment was deposited on Wednesday, March 11th, 2026. If your birthday falls between the 11th and the 20th, your payment arrived on Wednesday, March 18th, 2026. And if your birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st, your payment is scheduled to arrive on Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. For those who started receiving benefits before May 1997 and received their payment on the 3rd of each month, your March benefit arrived on Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026, because the 3rd is a regular business day this month with no holiday conflicts. Now, there is something else that is extremely important to understand, and this is a detail that many Social Security recipients overlook entirely. The payment dates listed above represent when the SSA initiates and releases the payment. The actual time it shows up in your bank account or on your Direct Express card can vary slightly depending on your financial institution. Most banks process direct deposit payments overnight and make funds available first thing in the morning on the payment date. However, some smaller credit unions or regional banks may have a slight processing delay of up to 1 business day. This does not happen often, and it is becoming increasingly rare as banking technology improves, but it is worth knowing so that you do not panic if your payment does not appear in your account at the exact stroke of midnight on the scheduled date. If you are still receiving paper checks rather than direct deposit, you should expect your payment to arrive several business days after the scheduled payment date, sometimes up to a week later in rural areas or during periods of high mail volume. The SSA has consistently encouraged all beneficiaries to switch to direct deposit or to use the Direct Express debit card program for this exact reason. Direct deposit is faster, safer, and significantly more reliable than waiting for a paper check to arrive through the mail. If you have not already made the switch, it is something worth seriously considering, especially given the ongoing pressure on mail delivery systems in many parts of the country. Speaking of the current financial landscape, it is worth taking a moment to discuss what your March Social Security payment actually reflects in terms of amount. At the start of 2026, the Social Security Administration implemented the cost of living adjustment, commonly known as the COLA, for the year. The 2026 COLA came in at 2.5%, which means that every beneficiary receiving retirement, disability, survivor, or SSI benefits saw a 2.5% increase in their monthly payment beginning with January 2026 payments. For the average retired worker, that translates to roughly an additional $30 to $40 per month compared to what they were receiving in 2025. It is not a massive jump, but in a financial environment where grocery prices, utility costs, and prescription drug expenses continue to put pressure on fixed incomes, every additional dollar matters. Your March 2026 payment already reflects this COLA increase, so you should be seeing the adjusted, higher amount in your deposit this month. One question that comes up constantly in the comments and in financial forums related to Social Security is what someone should do if their payment is late or if they never receive it at all. The first and most important thing to do is wait at least 3 business days past your scheduled payment date before taking any action, because sometimes there are minor processing delays or banking issues that resolve themselves quickly. If your payment has not arrived after 3 business days beyond your scheduled date, the next step is to contact the Social Security Administration directly. You can call them at their national toll-free number, which is 1-800-772-1213, or you can visit your local Social Security office in person. You can also check the status of your payment online through your My Social Security account at ssa.gov, which is a free online portal that gives you access to your payment history, benefit verification letters, and other account details. Setting up a My Social Security account. If you do not already have one, is one of the smartest things any beneficiary can do, because it puts you in direct control of your information without having to sit on hold for extended periods of time. Another concern that has been coming up in conversations about Social Security in 2026 involves questions about the long-term stability and funding of the program itself. There has been a lot of political noise and media coverage about the Social Security Trust Fund, potential future benefit cuts, and changes to eligibility rules. While these are legitimate long-term discussions happening in Washington, it is critical to separate those policy debates from the immediate, practical reality of your monthly payments right now. The Social Security Administration is fully operational, payments are being made on schedule, and there is no indication of any imminent disruption to monthly benefits. Policy changes of the kind that would affect benefit levels or eligibility require legislative action through Congress, and those kinds of changes come with significant advance notice. The payment schedule changes you are seeing in March 2026 are routine calendar adjustments, nothing more. It is also worth noting that certain life events or changes in your circumstances can affect your Social Security payment amount or schedule, and staying on top of those situations is essential. If you recently changed your bank account or the direct deposit information on file with the SSA, it can take 1 to 2 payment cycles for the new information to be fully processed and implemented. During that transition period, the SSA may mail you a paper check to your address on file, so make sure your mailing address is also current and accurate. Similarly, if you have recently moved, gotten married or divorced, had a change in income that could affect an income-based reduction to your SSI payment, or experienced any other major life change, you are legally required to notify the SSA promptly. Failing to do so can result in overpayments that you will eventually be required to repay, sometimes at significant financial hardship. For those of you who are approaching your Social Security claiming age and are trying to figure out the best time to start collecting benefits, the payment schedule should not be a primary driver of your decision. The more important factors are your current age, your health status, your financial needs, your work history, and whether you are still working. Claiming benefits before your full retirement age results in a permanently reduced monthly benefit, while delaying your claim past your full retirement age, up to age 70, results in an increased benefit of roughly 8% per year for each year you delay. These are significant, permanent financial impacts that will affect every single payment you receive for the rest of your life. So the decision deserves careful thought and ideally a conversation with a financial advisor or benefits counselor who specializes in Social Security optimization strategies. For the millions of Americans who receive both Social Security retirement or disability benefits and Medicare, it is also important to stay aware of how your Medicare premiums interact with your Social Security payment. Standard Medicare. Part B premiums are automatically deducted from your Social Security payment each month before it is deposited or mailed to you. For 2026, the standard Medicare Part B premium is $185 per month for most beneficiaries, although higher income individuals may pay more due to the income-related monthly adjustment amount, commonly referred to as IRMA. That deduction happens before your money ever hits your account, so the amount you actually receive in your bank deposit will be your gross benefit amount minus any Medicare premium deductions and any other authorized deductions. If you are ever surprised by the amount you receive, checking your benefit verification letter or your My Social Security account online will show you a full breakdown of your gross benefit amount, all deductions, and your net payment. As we head through the rest of 2026, staying informed about the payment schedule, any SSA policy updates, COLA announcements, and changes to Medicare premiums is going to be more important than ever. The Social Security landscape continues to evolve, and being proactive about understanding your benefits is the single most effective way to protect your financial stability. This channel is dedicated to keeping you up to date on every development that could affect your Social Security income, your Medicare coverage, and your overall retirement security. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button right now because it genuinely helps more people in need of this information find this video. Share it with a family member, a friend, or anyone in your circle who relies on Social Security, because this is exactly the kind of information that prevents unnecessary panic and helps people plan confidently. Subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell so you are the first to know every time there is a new update, a new policy change, or a new payment schedule coming your way. Your financial security matters, and staying informed is the most powerful tool you have to protect it.